Hello, and welcome to Duos in Destiny, where two baristas have stopped taking orders from the drive-thru, and instead we've just sat down at one of the tables and started to play Dungeons & Dragons in the form of a Spelljammer campaign for your entertainment at home.
Coffee for Brenda?
My name is Brenda, or Logan.
Oh, Logan.
I'll take Brenda's coffee.
Okay.
Yep, thanks. I'll also take Logan's coffee.
No.
I'm your DM, Logan. I've lost my train of thought. I'd like to give a very special shout out to Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. You can hear him in the background. The only thing keeping me on topic, because that's truly what reset my brain. And on the other hand, you can thank Roll for Sketching on Instagram. Be sure to check her out because she does all of our character art. She also does her own character art plus just random commissions. So be sure to reach out to her if you're looking for anything. And Jason Wardell if you're looking for any music.
Hey.
You can have your copy back.
Oh,
now.
thank you. Sorry. I never was good at spelling. Hello, guys. It's me, Brandon, your player.
Brenda.
And welcome back for another episode of Commander's Log.
Commander's Log.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to episode number 27. 27. It's amazing that you're here with us, and we're so happy for you to be with us. Make sure, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. And make sure you follow that with a click on the like. We'd appreciate it. All those interactions are greatly appreciated. We probably should let you know that we're going to be doing a giveaway in January.
January 1st,
January
2026.
1st. Yes, January 1st. More information will be coming out soon. So, that's another good reason to make sure you're subscribed. Look for something soon. A lot of information will come out. We're partnered with a really cool company that makes a really cool product that we use. So we'll see. Maybe you can guess it. Get in the comments and see if you can guess. That'd be funny. And other news, check out our weekly discussions from the player side and the DM side on Mondays and Fridays. Roll call on Mondays there, and then behind the screens on Fridays. Just a little our 2 cents into the player and Dungeon Master world. I think that's all I have.
That's all the announcements. So that just means...
Last time on Commander's Log, Carson and his team aboard the Starhammer had just defeated an Eyemonger, a flying rock with an eyeball and a mouth. Scary, I know. They took a short rest. Carson leveled up to level 8, and Carson went to discuss with Zage in the Spelljammer Helm, and in doing so, was able to discover a new ability, I will say, of sorts, that the Ori is capable of doing. In doing so, they were able to spot some surrounding jammers. Somehow it was like pinging them like a radar, if you will. Well, 2 of them were offset just right past where they were, so they went to their location, and this was looking like the vision Carson had been having. So a little guerrilla warfare is kind of what it felt like to get through, as it went both ways. As Carson was in the Chester with our boy Pizor, they were able to get past 2 Githyanki ships in a fun and interesting way, and pretty soon, as they were making through the canopy, one of the massive galleons was at their tail, and things were getting hairy quickly. Maybe luck, maybe something else, I don't know. But the galleon ship started to float off on its own as Carson and Pizor had reached, finally, the steps of this marble temple. They were able to break the doors, and just big enough to pull the Chester through, and with that, the door shuts. One of those moments where Carson kind of like puts his back up against it, sits down slightly. And I think that is where we will pick up, if I'm not mistaken.
That's exactly where we're picking up. As the doors come to a creaking slam behind you. Oh. You're met with silence. Comfortable silence. It's almost inviting around you in a weird way. And that's because the architecture surrounding you is also very familiar. This looks like the architecture that you knew and grew up with from Torvengard, but almost like an homage to it. Not quite an exact copy, but a replica, which is almost like an exact copy. So that was stupid verbiage.
That's all right.
Not quite an exact copy, but you can see the inspiration behind the designs. There's heavy stone carvings with bold, intricate features, but everything here just has a faint touch of delicate elegance to it that partners with the heavy craftsmanship that you're familiar with, that just sets this place off as familiar but novel at the same time. As you finally start taking in your surroundings, you are standing in this grand atrium, very, very similar to the stone temple, or the Temple of Themis back on Torvengard itself. The Chester is kind of just like screeched into a halt there in front of you. Pizor's popped the cockpit and is kind of like slowly stepping out, but marveling at the surroundings themselves. And both of your guys' eyes are drawn to the walls. So before I get to the walls, I'll describe the rest of the room. You're in this grand atrium with this massive set of double doors on the other side. The double doors are, again, that nice, intricate, delicate carving framed with this heavy, bold stonework. These two large doors are closed at the time, and then off to each side is a set of like grand staircases that disappear up into the wall, like the same wall that the door shares. Okay. So doors here, staircases kind of go up and behind the door, but to a different location. Along the walls, you see several tapestries, or what remains of some tapestries. What draws your eye the most is the uppermost tapestry, what would have been the largest tapestry. Instead, it's just this gigantic scorch mark, like something exploded here. The tapestry, you would only know there was a tapestry there because there's the shadow of the frame itself, and everything else is just a massive explosion. And then beneath the one singular tapestry, there are three directly beneath it. The one on the far left is a faded and in rough shape tapestry. It has a frame that is a hard, bold stonework that looks very familiar to you. It looks like Torvengard. The tapestry itself within the frame is tattered and clinging to the frame, barely holding on. It's threadbare, and through the faded, muted colors, you can just barely see the image itself is that of an anvil and a hammer raised high. Directly off to the right, and I'm going to have to refer to my notes here,
Sure.
Simply because there's a lot here, and I want to make sure I get it right. Directly off to the right is a very delicately carved platinum frame. When you see the color and the carvings of this frame, you immediately think of the construction of the orrery that you had just touched that had revealed this excess magic to it. And then you think back to the Spelljammer ship that you blew up with the Githyanki's in it, and the spelljamming helm that they had. It was that same kind of make, that design, the same craftsmanship. It mirrors the craftsmanship of this frame, this platinum, delicate, beautiful frame that has a pristine tapestry within it. The tapestry within it is void black with glittering aspects that looks like you're just staring off into space. And eerily, a skeletal hand, almost like a 3D protrusion, just reaches out, almost as if like a black cloak hides the rest of the figure, and it's just a skeletal hand asking for you to grab it. Directly next to that one is a frame that seems to glow with a green luminescence itself. The tapestry pulses and shimmers with this iridescent, this magical iridescent that seems almost unstable. It's as if you're kind of that 80s color that's kind of like you look at it one way and it's just a rainbow everywhere. That's what the tapestry kind of looked like. And every different angle, the color shimmers and shifts. In the middle of the tapestry itself is this beautiful rose that at first glance is pearly white. But then you notice it's also that kind of like vivid pearlescence that almost kind of seem to shimmer and shift colors on you. But when you look at it again, it's just that beautiful pearly white. Beneath all of these tapestries are smaller ones themselves. Specifically, all the way to the left, beneath the anvil and the hammer tapestry, there is a tapestry that has a dusty marble frame, similar to the building that you're in now. The color's faded, the tapestry is thin, very similar to the one directly above it, and you see the muted image of an open book. Directly next to that one, still underneath the anvil and hammer tapestry, is a golden frame that is completely shattered and broken. It has only a small corner remaining of the tapestry itself, where you can see in the image clipped wings. Directly next to that, and still, again, under the anvil, is only trace of a tapestry is the discoloration on the wall, where it looks like all the coloring in the stone has faded slightly from sun exposure, and what was left behind of this tapestry is just a slightly fresher color of stone. Just enough to know there used to be something there, but this is long gone, just completely removed. Beneath the skeletal hand tapestry, it looks as if all the frames have been desiccated and rotten. There's nothing left but bare, tiny essences of the frames, just letting you know at one point there was something here. But the only thing left behind is rubble, rot, and nothing. Beneath the rose tapestry, a different story. To the of the three directly beneath it, the first one is a frame that looks as if multiple materials have been married together to construct the frame. I like to think of it as Metamorpho from the DC superheroes. Hopefully you know who that is. Definitely not from that look, but...
No, I do not.
Anyways, it's as if all the different materials, metals, woods, anything in between, has been perfectly married. Not with a seam, but just where they transition. All of a sudden it was marble and now it's a nice oak. And then over here it's obsidian. And it slowly fades into different materials. The tapestry itself slightly glimmers, very similar to the pearlescent rose above, but it's fainter, a little bit muted. The woven threads depict a hybridized creature, humanoid in shape, but with limbs of different creatures. Again, kind of like the frame, as if everything was cobbled together seamlessly. Multiple heads sprout from one neck, a tail forks with several ends, and different wings sprout from each shoulder. One kind of bat-like, one very bird-like. It's bizarre and almost hard to look away from. It's so confusing and alluring that you just keep staring at it. Central of those three is a frame that looks like an aurora of colors. The tapestry glimmers, again, just as the rose above it, but fainter, with a wider array of colors, though. Instead of a glimmering, it's more like a psychedelic swirl. The central image is that of a purple cloaked figure clutching a crook with a glyph that floats in the middle of the crook. To the right is a solid platinum frame with a tapestry that is divided into 5 evenly what? I don't know. I didn't finish that sentence, apparently. It's divided into 5 even sections. Each section is a different color, and central to that is a shimmering metallic dragon. Each of the 5 colors is a different color of the metallic dragons.
Okay.
Off to the side, if you're looking at the back wall, there's a left wall and a right wall, and then of course the wall behind you. The left wall has a tapestry that's completely different than the others. This tapestry has no frame at all. It's almost like a mural in this aspect. It stretches on until it doesn't really meet an end, it just meets the corners. It's a burning beacon that streaks across the entire wall. And you notice it's the main source of light in this room. It's calling to you, saying, "This is the way. I lead the way." There is a glowing torch grasped in the very center of this tapestry. And again, magically, it's illuminating the entire room. Within this wall, and almost kind of like as a smaller portion of the wall, there are 3 very simple wooden frames. The wooden frames, the very first one has a tapestry of a raging storm. The second one has one with a green cloaked figure with horns curling out from beneath the cloak, and an outstretched hand tempting you. The third, another simple wooden frame, but growing out of the frame is this beautiful tree laden down with fruit and birds. In stark contrast to this bright beacon on the left wall, on the right wall is a wall that is completely all-encompassing and consuming black. It yawns forever with horror and despair, and it sets chills into your bones as you look to it. It looks like everything and nothing all at once, just an endless void. The most alarming and striking features are the chains that seem to originate from the center of the wall and streak down to 3 chains that frame out 3 different tapestries. Sorry, it doesn't frame out tapestries. What it does frame out is 6 very horror-esque creatures. The creatures are more amalgamations, manifestations of evil themselves. And there's 6 of them held at bay by nothing more than chains. And that is everything that surrounds you in this room. You and Paizo are alone. It, again, feels welcoming in a way, alluring. You yourself, your vision passes over the tapestries, and you look to Paizo, and Paizo is just eyes locked on the one single tapestry, the glowing green tapestry, far to the right of the original 3.
Paizo, what do you make of all this?
I don't know. But it's beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Where are we?
Well, I thought we were in a temple of Femus. But this is... It's like the temples I've seen and been in. But it doesn't necessarily feel the same.
I can tell what you mean. This looks like the Temple of Femus back on Torvengard. But that's not possible.
This large canvas, I feel like it's calling me.
It all feels... They just give me this feeling of familiarity.
Yeah.
I don't know what this tapestry is, but I just can't stop looking at it. And I don't even want to look at that one.
No. This one, he reminds me of Themis.
Wait,
Are these all of the gods?
that's exactly what I was thinking. If that one reminds you of Themis, this...
There's this many?
I think there used to be more. A lot more, by the judge of this.
There was this... He said they... Yeah, Themis said someone who was hunting down the gods. And... maybe this is what he meant. There's like a hit list.
This is the hit list?
I don't know if it's this specifically, but...
You see him kind of like uncork his flask at his hip, and he pulls out like this scimitar that just like manifests itself out of the water, and he like holds it steady. He looks at you, and he starts like backing up like towards the Chester itself, where he'd kind of strayed closer and closer to the tapestries. He's getting closer towards the center of the room in fear and in anticipation of what's to come.
Faisal,
What?
relax. Themis wouldn't send us to our death.
If this is some kind of hit list for somebody out there, they're making progress.
It looks that way, doesn't it? Like they're checking it off the list.
And Themis is not doing good.
No.
Neither is that one directly below the book below him.
I have no idea. All I've ever known is Themis. I not know who these other ones are, or that there could be this many in our world.
I can say I have not experienced much truly. If that is yours, if that is your god, I think this one is mine. Whatever this rose is, the glow, it reminds me of the moon back home.
Okay. I don't see why it couldn't be. If it pulls to you and you find familiarity, then it very well could be.
So what does that all mean? We're here in front of these gods, this stone temple, stuck here, hidden here in the middle of nowhere, sealed away. You broke into it and we see...
Somebody's supposed to be here. Themis' son.
Are you Themis' son?
No.
Okay,
Maybe
good.
one of his...
I was very, very confused.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's really only... Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Your voice just kind of echoes off the atrium around you.
Anybody here?
Here, here, here,
I've been sent by Themis.
here, Themis, Themis. You're met with nothing but silence.
I walk up to the main door to like walk into the temple.
Okay. It pushes freely open. The stone doors slide and glide noiselessly on their hinges, and you are met with this beautiful, brilliantly bright hall, kind of like a sanctuary at a church. Excuse me while I hiccup. Where there is... They can't go away. Where there is a large open space, beautiful stained glass all around, and there is open seating layers and layers and layers, like pews. There's no altar. It's just one giant temple, all facing forward, with nothing to look at other than the stained glass that surrounds you. The stained glass itself doesn't depict much of anything, more just beautiful decorations.
Everything in here looks fine.
Yeah, untouched. A little dusty, if anything, but it looks like it's as if it's been undisturbed and closed for as long as this temple has. There is nobody present. There's no excess items laying around. It is truly nothing but a gigantic hall of benches.
There's nothing here, Paizo. I mean, there is something here, but there's nothing to note.
So it all just leads to a big empty room?
Seems that way. Maybe we should go upstairs.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Come on. I'll make my way up the stairs.
Pizor specifically heads toward the left staircase, where it's not the doom and gloom staircase, it's the one with the beautiful beacon. You guys start heading up the staircase, and there is kind of a, almost like a receptionist area at this top. The area itself, open with not a lot of in it. There is a desk with a little bell, and then behind it, 2 giant stone doors again.
Can I get you to take that down, this one?
Yep.
I will walk up to the desk. Ding.
Ding! And it reverberates throughout the wall. Nothing happens for a few moments. And then... as the 2 double doors in front of you slowly slide open, and you look in to a quaint, almost like cottage-esque room. It is cozy. There are little seemingly insects and fairies that flit about through twigs and branches and brambles and twisting vines of plants that grow up along the wall and in pots. You see spread about this room there is pedestals and scroll casings and hundreds of bookshelves just lining everything all around you. And the bookshelves just go on and on and on. And they continue for who knows how long. The vines kind of intertwining with the bookcases. And then on either side, you can see the walls themselves. Off in the corner, off to like immediate right, you see a hearth blazing and a chair seated facing the hearth away from you.
I do one of these numbers where I just like slowly turn to Paizo, my eyes are wide open. Like, what?
He just kind of like looks at you and he takes a step back.
Oh, wow.
This place is a whole lot bigger on the inside.
Right. I trust Femus.
I trust you.
Good. And I start walking forward, and I go in.
Okay. As you walk through, by the time that you and Pizor both break the door, there is this slow
Oh gosh.
of the door shutting behind you, and you guys are left with the musty smell of books. But then you kind of realize that's what felt so comforting about you, about this place itself. is the warmth and the welcoming feeling of this library that you didn't know that was here, that looms throughout this entire building, this entire temple. And now that you're within it, the feeling overcomes you, and you kind of relax. And you know Femus set you on the right path here. What that path is, you're not sure. But you do know one thing. There's a lot of books around you. In every direction. The bookshelves themselves are easily a couple stories tall. Not stories as in book stories. Stories as in floor stories. Every one of them is absolutely jam-packed full of books. There's not a single lick of writing on any of the spines. You see every now and then there's a scroll casing kind of shoved in between some books, or even a couple of loose pages like jammed in some places. Off to your left, you see there is a kind of like a area where there are several pedestals and podiums set up, all of them with books open onto them.
I'll slowly start walking. Is that podium close to the hearth area?
Podium is to the left, hearth is to the right.
Okay. I'm going to walk towards the hearth where that chair was first.
Okay. You start slowly walking over, and your footsteps are echoing off the floor, kind of announcing your arrival before you can even get there. You get closer and closer, and all that you hear is the soft padding of Pizor's feet behind you, and your boots as they hit the floor. And you start picking up on something else. This, like, quiet, shallow breathing. You realize there's somebody sleeping in the chair in front of you.
So now I just broke and entered into some old man's house where he's sleeping. Sweet.
I never said it was an old man.
No, but that's the vibe I got. Pizor, he's sleeping.
I'm not going to be the one to wake him up.
Are you talking that loud? You probably will.
I am stage whispering.
Quiet.
The people at home want to be able to hear me.
Yeah, sure. You guys got that? So I slowly walk around, get a visual of what I'd see.
Okay. You see a gnomish looking man. Very old. Good call.
Thank you. All these short characters.
Dusty old. Like decrepit old. To where you're not, if it weren't for the fact that there is this like escaping between his lips and the subtle rise and fall of his chest, you would think this thing is nowhere near living. It has these large Coke bottle spectacles kind of perched on this beak of a nose, thin lips set around a very scraggly, unkempt beard, and these kind of like thin wisps of hair. There's only probably 30 hairs in total on his head. They're all long, Gollum-esque long, but not like gross Gollum-esque, just like probably just shave it off, dude. He himself is just in a casual robe, sleeping, an open blank book on his lap.
I just look at Pizor.
He kind of shrugs back at you.
Excuse me, sir.
No reaction.
Excuse me, sir.
No reaction.
Side glance at Pizor. Excuse me, sir!
The old man wakes with a start, and he looks at you, and
No,
he puts his spectacles back on. What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Okay. Thanks for waking me.
We were sent by Femus.
Come again?
Femus sent me here.
When you say Phoebus, you mean like
Femus.
Hammer Phoebus? That guy.
That's the one.
You met my dad?
You're the son he told me about.
You spoke to my dad as well.
I have.
And you see he kind of like puts the book down, folds it, sets it on the table, and kind of like sits forward, elbows on the knee, kind of like scrutinizes you. Stares at you for a little while longer. At some point, after like a minute of silence of just looking at you, it gets really awkward. And he just stops and stares. Doesn't say a lick.
He sent me to you. He needs to be freed.
Freed. What year is it?
It's
1863. The voiceover just
1863.
says.
It's 1863.
That
Approximately.
doesn't make any sense. No, that can't be true. Hold on.
And he kind of like slowly, shakily stands up. He's like,
Stay here, follow. I don't care.
and he walks away. By walk, I mean hobble. It's a painful hobble. 10 feet per every 6 seconds would be what I'd say.
Oof.
Where if you followed him, you would be like taking a step. And then taking a step. And then taking a step. So by the time you're even thinking, do I follow this old man? He's only gone about 10 feet. And he's continuing on his path.
I will follow.
Okay. You see him just kind of like thumbing the spines of all the books, muttering to himself.
Randolph, no, that's not the author. Oh. No, we're past that. Here we are.
And he pulls the book down. And he starts thumbing through it.
That doesn't make any sense.
Closes it, slides it back in place, and goes hobbling off. This goes on for probably 20, 30 minutes of him opening a book, kind of like looking at you for a little bit, thinking, muttering,
1863.
and then going on to the next book.
What doesn't make any sense? Do you mind indulging me?
It can't be 1863. It was so much older than that. Oh, the ages. We're in a new age, aren't we? That's what it is.
And he kind of like stops and takes in his surroundings. And then he like looks at you real hard in your shiny armor. And he hobbles over to you and then just goes, polishes the armor and sees his reflection.
Oh. It's starting to make a lot more sense now. You said Femus sent you
Yes, he did.
to free him.
Yes.
So what? What am I supposed to do?
I'm hoping you can tell me how.
How to free a god. Wait. How did you get in here?
Through the door.
The door.
Right, the front door. I'm afraid it's not quite as sealed as it used to be.
I was an important piece of the puzzle. I was sealed in here. Okay.
You didn't know that.
You're the first person to wake me, even. I suppose I've been here for 1863 years. Huh. Well, that's worrisome. What? What's it like outside?
I'm afraid it's nothing like what you probably think it is.
I'm starting to gather that.
You're basically floating in the middle of an asteroid belt.
Why?
I couldn't tell you why. What do you mean, why? This temple was sought after. I know that there's others looking for it as well. I don't know why. But it's almost like it was hidden.
Hidden.
Who are you? Like, what's your name?
Zishan,
Zishan.
it's a pleasure to meet you. And you are?
And he kind of sticks out like this old, tiny, almost skeletal hand at this point, where papery thin skin just clings to him with almost no muscle mass.
I am Carson Hallowbrand.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is mine.
I'm not normally this confused.
How have you been alive for 1800 years?
I've been alive for, I bet, a lot longer than that. If I'm... unless some weird time thing has happened, which we don't allow for that anymore, that this has to be far in the future.
What do you mean we don't allow for that?
The gods. The siblings. My siblings. My family.
Well, when he said son, he meant son. You are a god.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm starting to debate that myself now. I was. I'm still here, so somebody remembers me. Yeah, yes, I'm a god.
Wow. Okay. Changes things.
Does it?
Well, yes, I mean, up until 1 minute ago, I only knew of one god. By name.
Hold on. You only knew of one god, as in you didn't know about me or my brothers, sisters?
Nothing of the sorts.
Oh, this is bad.
I'm afraid to be the bearer of bad news, but it gets worse. Fema said someone's hunting you. Not specifically you, but all of you. Someone's trying to kill the gods.
Okay. The pieces are sliding into place. Famous sent you to me to break him out because someone is hunting us, but you only knew of him. You didn't know of me. There are no gods where you're from, is there?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. That's all of it. Yeah, this is a lot.
You're telling me. Come, I've got some reading to do.
Wait, so if you're a god, can't you kind of fix your legs?
Well, now that you've got me thinking, I suppose I could.
And you kind of see him like just tense, like you don't know if there's like something be a weird smell in the room here in a couple minutes.
Oh,
you don't know exactly what's going on.
Something about this place. I feel like I don't have any power within me.
Okay. Can I help you at least? What do we need to look up? I don't want to say I'm lost, but I am lost to a certain extent. I know somebody's hunting him. He was chained to an anvil. Stuck to his work. Lost the time, it felt like. Much like yourself.
Wait. Okay. Change it to an animal. Chain. Okay. Follow me.
I'm right there with you.
And he continues on. It's a pretty long walk. You guys are just going on and on past rows and rows. And at this time, he seems like he's on a mission. He knows where he's going. Slowly, about like 15 feet per round at this point. He's in a hurried pace by all means, but it's still slow. And you guys walk for what would probably be an hour. So at any point, any conversations could be had.
Okay.
But the end goal, he finally stops. And you start to see the end of the library. A bookshelf at the end. It stops. And he stops moving a couple of shelves from the end of the row that you guys are within.
He goes, okay, Askenar, these guys here.
And he pulls them out. Again, a blank tome. Flips the pages open. Absolutely nothing on them. And he's reading through.
Just as I thought. Okay.
Closes that book. Shoves it in the wall. Goes off to the very last row. He goes towards the end of the bookshelf on the far right, down to the bottom. We're going off the Dewey Decimal System at this point. And he picks up about the fifth to last book there. And he pulls it out. And he flips it open. And then he just drops the book.
What?
They did it.
Who did what?
The Ashkenaris. Those pointed ears, hubris filled. Oh, I've got words for them. These fools thought they were beyond us. Thought they could see further than us. Thought we were short-sighted. They went out, took it upon themselves to prove a point. Point made! Who's laughing now? Not me, in this foolish robe, this forsaken place. They must be laughing, yes. They're on the outside, aren't they?
I mean, I've heard of these elves, but I know not. I've never seen them or met them.
You've heard of the Escanari?
Yes, just through passing in our recent travels.
What have you heard of them?
I mean, nothing necessarily. To be honest with you, I've learned so much information in the past few weeks.
Now you know what it feels like to wake up after 1800 years and realize you've been asleep for 1800 years. Because some idiot killed your whole family.
These elves killed your family.
That's the only thing I can think of. That was their goal. Krill Terra. Do you know what that is?
I'm afraid not.
The planet?
Never heard of it.
Those fools. Krill Terra used to be our hub. Yes, of course, we paid attention to all of Holland, but Krill Terra was our baby. Everything we did, we poured into Krill Terra. Those fools thought they could get the better of us. Thought they were better than us. So they left. They set us on that path to destruction. They destroyed the world itself then and there, sent it into chaos, shambles, and we were left to pick up the pieces. Our followers didn't care for us anymore. Our faiths were broken. And we were left to rebuild a shattered world that we had spent eons building, shaping, protecting, all for them to just disappear to who knows where, leaving us with a world bent towards destruction, headed, careening off of its carefully picked orbit into Zoldyth. And then the day came. He points to the book on the floor. That day came when our worlds began to collide. They were torn apart. We watched as everything of ours, everything we had built, shaped, reshaped at this point, just started to crumble. And then that's when it starts to get blurry. The Zoldyth came so close. Krill Terra was tearing apart. The planets, gravities, shredding each other. Wait. We're in an asteroid belt, aren't we?
Somewhat like that, yeah. I mean, it's just a handful of asteroids push together.
Okay. They did succeed. The Ascanari destroyed Trilterra. To prove a point. To prove that we are not gods. That we can be killed after all. The fact that they even remotely succeeded. Femus lives.
He does, but he's getting weak.
That explains this. And he points to basically himself. And he starts to hobble back towards the front of the library.
I catch up to him. Okay, so these elves are hunting the gods to try to kill them to prove a point? That they're better than them? Is that what we're saying?
The Ascanari thought we failed them. We failed everybody as gods. So they thought it'd be a good idea to supplant us. Get rid of us. They don't know what it takes to be a god. It's not just immortality you're dealing with. It is the structure of the very system we live in. This, Hollun, was ours. We fought for it. We claimed Hollun. If they took that from us, there is no claim unless they have it. But you don't even know who they are. When the gods claimed Hollun, everyone knew our names. It didn't matter if you were on Bosselite, if you were on Yopra, if you were on Zoldith or Cruterra. You knew who we were. You worshipped us because we were your creators. They took that away from us. And now here we are. How are we here? Oh, how are we here? I'm alive. Femus is alive. There has to be others. There has to be, right?
When we came in, there was almost like an outlier, like an outline of what it felt like the Pantheon would be.
My tapestries.
And he kind of like hurries up a little bit more, 20 feet per round at this point, just like a...
It's be prepared.
There is no being prepared for this. We've already failed.
I failed.
Femus failed. Wow. Legia failed.
I guess I...
Oh no. If you do not know who Legiar is, we are in deeper trouble than you would ever imagine. Legiar was everything.
I'm afraid I don't even recognize the name.
He is and was everything. The god of all. All that was Hollun was him. Me, Femus. Every one of us was a part of him. And if he's gone, I don't.
He kind of stops at that point.
I don't even know. They won. They did it.
They haven't won yet. You still breathe.
Do you see me?
Standing in front of you.
Do I look like I am a god?
To be frank, not how I would envision one. And not how I met Femus.
I can't even hear them. I can't hear the followers, my worshippers. It used to be a constant stream of voices, of pleas, of worship. And now there's nothing. Blank.
And he starts walking again, slowly, not in a hurry, a defeated walk.
I look at Pizor and I'm just kind of like, I have no idea what in the world we just stepped into.
Pizor just mouths back to you. He's like,
What are we doing? Do we stay? Do we go?
Not yet, not yet. We need more answers. He can help us.
He's lost his mind.
I totally also lost Pizor's accent.
That's fine.
He lost his mind.
Then we can help him find it. Femus sent us here. We have to do our part.
We're here.
We're here.
Let's find his brain.
We have identities.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to take all this in. Zulshan?
Zishan.
Zishan. Zishan. Zishan. Whoa.
Yes, yes.
What were you the god of?
What was I the god?
I know Femus is of creation.
It was knowledge. How could I not know that? It was the god of knowledge. You idiot. How could you forget that? No wonder you're not a god anymore. You fool.
Okay. But that's big. So we just have to, we've got to figure out how to jumpstart your memory.
I don't know.
Right. Okay.
I want to see my tapestries.
Yeah. Just prepare yourself.
And you guys are probably about like halfway through the library. At
You've
this
got
point.
30 minutes. Give or take.
Oh my god, that's genuinely funny. I'm giving you inspiration. If you don't use it today, you'll use it the next time.
Thank you.
We are in deep. So deep. If I'm the god of knowledge and I forgot I'm the god of knowledge.
Right, but you have to remember something.
Everything I remember is around. That's my knowledge. These are my books.
Uh-huh.
I wrote these books. It's all here. It's just not here.
Okay, but I think we were at, so when we were at the end of that shelf, is that the last books you had written?
Yeah. That would be when they won.
Okay. We still have 25 minutes to prepare, so...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your answer to free Femus. It has to be here.
Do you remember him being taken before?
No.
No? Okay.
Last I remember, the two planets, they were colliding. And then the Ascanari, they showed up. They tried to perform some kind of ritual. And that's it. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything after that. I don't know if they succeeded or if they had to have.
They must have, right then? If they came to do some type of ritual, as you put it, and now you don't remember anything since then.
But I'm not dead. But I'm not chained like my father. No, that doesn't make any sense at all. Chained. Stuck. Imprisoned. That's it.
What?
They imprisoned us. Of course, they couldn't kill us right then. We still had our followers, we still had our worshippers, the people that believed in us, that gave us our power. That is what made us gods. They couldn't take that away from us with one ritual. They had to shackle us, to bind us. But they failed. I am not shackled.
Maybe they couldn't find you? Or maybe Femus protected you?
Femus could have. Of anybody, yes, of course.
It was why this temple was hidden, covered by marble.
Yes, my father was quite the stonesmith, yes. This does look like his craftsmanship. So maybe he sealed me away.
Yes. To protect you.
To keep me safe for this very moment.
Yes.
He knew hope was not lost.
Correct.
They did not win.
Right. They haven't. No one's won yet.
And he quickens his pace. 20 foot around. Yes. 10 minutes to go.
Right, so you were saying...
If he sealed me away for some greater purpose, maybe some of the others are alive.
I believe so, looking at the tapestries.
They're still there. Some of them are there.
Yes. Not all of them.
Who? Oh, you wouldn't know. Of course you wouldn't know.
I don't know. Pizor here has a pole to the figure that symbolized by a rose. That's still there.
A rose.
And he stops.
On the same level as Femus.
He kind of like looks around at the books. He's like, oh, not here. Yeah, that would be near the front. Oh, yes. That must be up front. I would have written that down a long time ago. A long time ago, when my mind was still working. Yes. The answers are there. We just have to find them.
Yeah, only 7.5 more minutes.
7.5 more minutes.
Okay. Oh, I think I see the door. Yes, it's out there still. 5.5 more minutes. Come on.
And slowly over the course of the next couple of minutes, you guys approach the front door.
4.
The double doors kind of sealed in front of you. There is freaking out over there.
This heater. It is cold in the Midwest.
Cold in the Midwest, and the space heater
Is
is doing something.
It's just on and off, on and off, on and off.
You guys finally get to the front doors, and he goes off to the door, or to the bookshelf farthest to the left, and he starts combing through, and he pulls a book out. It's pretty early on, within the first few dozen of books, and he's leafing through it, and he goes, "Not early enough," puts it back, and goes back to about the third book in, pulls it free.
Like this.
And he pulls over,
Paizo?
and at first, it's a blank page. And as you're staring at it, from the point of his finger, this rose grows. And this pearlescent rose finally forms. And Paizo goes, "That's the one. That is the rose. Who is that?" And he closes the book.
Tiara. That's my Aunt Tiara. Creator of life.
Creature of life.
Oh, yeah. If Themis had creation, he made things. Things. Not living things. That's where Tiara came in. She saw the potential there and sparked life. And then you, all of you, and later us.
She created you.
No, she's...
Oh.
No, she did not. Themis did. Themis created me as an aspect of his. There was too many people, too many of you for them. So they made more to fill the voids, to answer the calls.
Okay.
My call was knowledge. And my brothers? Order. And Paxia. Peace. Yes. That was the three of us. Knowledge, order, and peace. Themis' brainchild.
And he starts heading out towards the door.
We made it.
And he hobbles down the staircase, looking over at the beacon that is the left wall. It's on your guys' right as you're heading down the staircase at this point. But the glowing beacon of the wall with the wooden frames, he kind of runs his hand down. And he just whispers out, "Mauricia, you still live and breathe. No one could shackle you, Freedom. No one could shackle you. And your children." And he kind of runs his hand across the wooden frame. "Beautiful as ever. So good." His eyes finally fall on the tapestry on the far right wall. The tapestry of horror, destruction, despair, endless void. And he shudders. "Vasidir,
I reckon if it weren't for him, we'd never been in this position. Unnecessary evil. We've tried so hard to get rid of him. But he's persistent. Much like beautiful Mauritia here. Ever present. The only shackles are the ones they put around themselves.
And he kind of points and gestures towards the chains, holding back the 6 monstrosities.
His children, you never want to meet. Pure evil incarnate.
And then he finally stops and dares to take a look at the tapestries. And he just kind of falls to the ground. And kind of like one of those classic old man falls where it's like the slowest fall possible. He like, his knees get weak. And instead of like a full fall, he like slowly lowers to the ground, grabbing onto your arm and just kind of like slowly sinking.
Are you okay?
Until he's seated. And he looks up at the gigantic scorch mark that makes up most of the wall.
That's what that is.
So it's true. Legia. Grandfather. He's dead. Dead and gone. And Paxia.
Paxia being of Femus's wow.
Children?
Yes, thank
Underneath,
you.
lower tier.
The tapestry, of Femus's tapestry. The one to the left. The book. The dusty book. The second one, which I'm going to double check, make sure it is also obliterated. I'm pretty sure it was. Nope.
Hey, guys.
Yes. Sorry, you can go ahead and do your
No.
plug. I'll continue reading because I do need to make sure I'm all good here.
Thanks for tuning in to episode number 27. Make sure you're on the lookout for the giveaway we got coming up pretty soon. Don't forget to give our sponsors some extra love this December. Show them how thankful you are from us. That'd be great. Go check out Jason Wardell and go check out Roll for Sketching. Both great, fantastic people.
His hand kind of brushes the complete void that was Paxia's tapestry. He looks to you with tears welling in his eyes. He says,
there is no peace out there, is there?
No. Oh. What does it mean when one's missing?
It means either
his eyes kind of fall across the other tapestries.
I know exactly what it means.
He points to Legiar's, what used to be his tapestry, then the three right beneath it, the very old, decrepit one that you have come to know as Femus, the one on the far right that you've come to know as Tiara. Points to the one in the middle.
I did not make that frame. That is not my frame for Morid. That is not my brother's, that is not my uncle's hand that reaches out, invites you to the embrace of death. That is not my Morid. That is somebody else's Morid. His children, gone.
The three tapestries beneath him that have been completely rotted away, desiccated. his hand falls back to the tapestries, Paxia's, and the one right next to it. And you just hear,
That must mean Chirac is gone as well. There is no peace. There is no order. And
he kind of like gestures to the dusty book tapestry.
I'm nothing but a faded memory.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing. It's too late for sorries. Unless you are the Ascanari, then you will be sorry for what you have done to my family. As soon as I get out of here, I am going to lay waste to every last pointed ear Ascanari and all of their followers and everything that they represent. Will lay waste to them until there is nothing but waste. Like here, like Chirac, like Paxia, Tinaba, Aelion, Forjak, Legia, Morid. Whatever they did, I will do to them tenfold the moment I step foot out of this place. The moment I step foot out of this place. The moment. Yes, that's it, isn't it? I will become me if I step foot out of this place. But, oh, there could be so much more to that. If my mind has left my body. My mind is in those books up there. If I leave my mind behind, am I just a body? Cannot risk that. No. Research. I need to do research on sealing rituals. I was not imprisoned. I was sealed away, stored, preserved, like what she did, like what Tiara did. She's fine. You called him Paisor?
Yes.
You worship this woman? I did not know it was a woman. I thought it was a moon. You worship a moon. Whatever Tiara did, she's fine. She's safe. Her children, my cousins, they are safe and sound. But we are broken. So she did something right, but Femus, oh, dear old dad failed. Yes. Come. You can help me. Yes, you can.
And you guys wander slowly, in a more hurried pace at this time, back into the library. And he points you down a row. And he says,
You will want that first. No, not the first one. Let me think here. The second row. You're going to go back 530. 529 rows. Bookshelves back. 529 bookshelves back. The 7th one from the top. The 43rd book. That book right there. That will tell you how I was sealed within here. And I'm going to go find the book on imprisonment.
Okay. Will I be able to read it? Because every time you've opened a book so far, they've all been blank pages.
Oh, only I can read this. This is
Okay.
my knowledge.
I'm bringing it back to you. 529, 7th, 43rd.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you see he goes off in a different direction.
Okay.
And you start counting bookshelves. And counting bookshelves. Pizor helping you keep track. Make an investigation check. With advantage.
Investigation
And
check.
technically,
Worth 5.
investigation. The advantage comes from Pizor.
Okay.
Technically, you have inspiration. So, if you want to re-roll any of those, you sure can.
We'll go with the dirty 20.
The dirty 20. Okay.
Yeah, feel free.
You are so dead set on the number. You count the rows. You count the bookshelves. You count how many stacks there are from the top down, I guess. 43rd book over. You pull it off. This weird, ornate book that almost has a glow similar to one of the tapestries that fell beneath Tiara's tapestry. It has that same, like, color that just shifts and changes and weaves between each color. And you hold it in your hand, and at one point the book is red, it's blue, it's yellow, it's every color, it's no color. And you're kind of staring at it in marvel. And you start walking back. You find Zishin seated back in his chair, thumbing through a very large tome. And he's scrolling down the blank page. And he points at it. He says, "This here, right there." And unfurling in front of you is the words about the imprisonment spell itself.
Okay.
Within the imprisonment spell, a 9th level spell, within the parameters that shape the spell, that actually bind whatever is imprisoned, there is a clause, a caveat that says, if this, then this. If a certain parameter is met, the parameter that was set during the actual sealing of the ritual, the imprisonment itself, if you can meet that clause, which has to exist, if you can meet it, you can break the imprisonment. There's a weakness in the chain that binds. And all you have to do is exploit that weakness.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, yes. Now this is something. What did you find? What did you find?"
It's 529th, 7th row, 43rd book.
Yes. Zabre. It's so good to see your magic at work.
You would take from that, Zabre would be the god of magic.
Okay.
He flips open and he starts reading.
He says, "Yes, this is it. I was not imprisoned. I escaped the imprisonment. I was sealed. I was locked away, entombed, preserved. I just needed to be broken free. How did you break? How did you break this?"
I don't know. I mean, I had this vision with one of the high priestesses from the town I come from, known as Torvengard. And it led me here to this marble temple. I was being chased. We were being chased. And we were standing outside the doors with our backs to the wall. And there was something that just told me that fire could take me to where I needed it to go.
Fire? Yes,
Something
of course.
pulled me.
Of course. My father was always wreathed in flames at his forge.
Very much so.
And you said encased in marble, yes. Marble would be susceptible to heat. Enough heat would make it brittle, yes, that way. Of course, okay. I'll link the chain. I've got it.
You've got it?
If you can take me to where he is, to where you've met my father, then I think we can break it.
I know that one of the chains is within Torvengard. Within the mountain.
Of course.
We can do that. We can take you there.
And that's where we must go.
You can help us.
Oh, then I must leave. If I leave and I lose everything, what am I but a body? You have to make me a god again.
What?
The two of you. You are the only ones that have ever seen this place. That know its in and outs. That knowledge stays with you. You might not have read the tomes, but you've seen them. You've seen the folds of my brain, the cephalization that makes me, me. It's all right here. So all we have to do is just keep that. I've got a terrible idea.
Okay.
I've got a terrible idea. Let's go. Come on.
Where are we going?
Out.
Oh. Okay. Are you sure?
I guess, yes.
Okay.
Out.
He leads you out of this grand library into that little hall right outside the two staircases where that desk sits. He pulls the desk drawer open, pulls out a feather and a quill, or the feather is the quill and an inkwell. And the two doors shut behind the two of you, or the three of you guys as you leave. And he goes and he walks up to the door with the inkwell in hand, and he dips, and he starts writing in a script completely foreign to you. And he writes for a few moments before most of the door is covered with what he can reach. A long scroll that just continues on and on and on until the text finally starts to get smaller and smaller because he can tell he was starting to run out of room. And it starts to peter off, and then it starts to wrap up, and he just ran out of room all across the paper. And then he's going back the other way. And then finally, he dots it. And he drops the inkwell and the quill, and it falls to the ground. And he runs his hands across the first couple letters, and they start to glow. This bright blue, white glow. And it shines across all the letters individually and reads through the entire text until it finally hits the dot. And then the book, or not the book, the doors fold like a book. And then fall sideways, flat to the ground. A gigantic stone book in front of you. The doorway, the library gone, beyond, completely gone. Condensed down into these massive 2 stone doorways.
Mm.
And then he walks up to it, he touches it once more, and it condenses down into a singular book. And he picks it up. Everything that I am, I trust you.
Me.
Femus trusted you.
Yes, but that's to carry the knowledge of the god.
I'm not giving you the choice. This is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than Femus.
I understand that. This is so much happening at one point in time. Okay. Why can't you carry it?
If I die, everything dies with me. If I can separate myself and that knowledge, it gives us a chance. If this is our only hope right here to ending whatever the Ascanari did, it lies in me, in my physical body, and in that book right there. And those 2 things cannot be in the exact same place for eternity. That is destined to failure. If and when I start to forget, read me that book. 1 page at a time.
Okay. Okay.
And I will return to you. I don't know what's going to happen when I step outside that door. But as long as that book remains, I know that remains. And that matters more than this, than me. So with all that, I think it's time we step outside that door.
Okay.
He drops the book in your hand. And as soon as it hits your hand, it almost drags you to the ground. You are burdened with eons of knowledge. If knowledge could weigh something, it weighs everything at the moment. Almost like the One Ring to rule them all. The burden of this weightless item is almost too much to bear. But you know you have to. So you shoulder the burden and you tuck it within inside your duster. And Zishan looks at you and he says,
Well, no time to delay then.
Okay. Okay.
and the 3 of you walk towards the Chester, past the Chester, towards the double doors that you had shut behind you. He says,
For I'm too frail. Please.
All right. Pizor.
Pizor grabs the other handle. You two yank. And the door groans open. The light from beyond, this green kind of miasma gas, starts to seep into the doorway, kind of like dry ice, the fog just layering at your feet. And it slowly opens. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
We started with the closed door, and then we end with an open door.
I couldn't resist. What can I say?
No, fine, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I couldn't resist. So,
Okay.
that's where we're going to end it for session 27 of
27.
Commander's Log. Thank you guys so much for joining us here for the journey all the way up to session 27. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already.
Guys, that was awesome. Make sure you catch us next week. Same time, same place. We'll be here. We'll see you then. See ya.